I'm so excited for this series with Raven because I think that she was and is the it girl.
I was about to say, she's that girl.
To just take a look back at her now in our 20s of all the things that she showed us that we now have experienced a little, because it was fun and like fab to watch back in the day, you know, the hair, the outfits, the funniness, the all that. But when we look back at it now with a lens of everything, it's like they was eating.
Joining us on this episode.
You got walls and a roof. Well,
For the people living their life like a movie. Real talk between real sisters. Hey, step siblings. Welcome back to Between Sisters Podcast. Hey, step siblings. I'm Corrine.
And I'm Kayla.
And you're listening to Between Sisters Podcast, where we give you real talk between real sisters. Today's topic is a part of our That's So Raven series, where we're revisiting our girl Raven Baxter in our 20s to discuss some of the topics she showed us when we were young and have experienced along the way. In today's episode, we're talking about how Raven spent almost every episode trying to stop one vision from happening. She'd come up with elaborate plans, disguise herself, rope Chesley and Eddie into helping, and somehow ended up causing the exact thing she was trying to prevent. Isn't this exactly what many of us are doing in our 20s? Overthinking conversations before they happen, rehearsing every possible outcome, trying to control how people view us, how relationships work out, opportunities that come, and what the next 5 years looks like. So sometimes in trying so hard to avoid disappointment, we create more stress about the situation itself. Stay tuned. We're going to start, as always, with our Sister Soundoff. Sister Soundoff is where we take 30 seconds to pause the conversation and speak our mind. Hear us out. So 30 seconds on the clock. You have to let people do what people are going to do. Mel Robbins has that book, Let Them Theory. That's what you need to do. If people want to start acting funny, let them. If they want to act not funny, great. But stop trying to dissect the situation so bad when that's not going to change what people are doing. You have to just let people do what they're going to do, because they're going to do what they're going to do. And you just have to respond to that.
Yeah. Oh, you hit the 30 seconds. Okay, that was good.
And now it won't go off.
Okay. But no, I actually agree, because a lot of times you're not going to change someone's opinion. You're not going to change how they feel. And they're going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. A lot of times people have their mind made up, and, you know, that's okay. You just can't change people sometimes.
Yeah. And that just brings me into like what we're talking about today with Raven, because, I mean, of course, we all loved Raven growing up, and I feel like it's such a Gen Z classic. Yeah. So I'm really excited about us taking a look back at Raven in our 20s and all the things she showed us. But Raven, a lot of times, her visions would be about people's opinions of her or someone else and how they thought of her. I think to the episode where she was like trying to stop her brother from being like, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, obviously you don't want that to happen with your sibling, but I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, trying to control how people see you and view you is exhausting, because they're going to see you how they see you regardless.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to tailor yourself to that, it's not going to go well. Like, I know for me, I'm like, okay, I just need to act like myself, because whatever you guys think is what you're going to think. When I was in high school, I remember I was in the gifted program, and some of the kids in the gifted program were like, you know, I was a cheerleader, whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, you're cool, but like, don't you think that some of this stuff, like cheerleading and stuff, is like airhead stuff?
Oh.
And I was like, cheerleading is airhead stuff? And they're like, yeah, like, you're smart, like, and stuff. And I was like, child, that's when I realized y'all gonna think what y'all gonna think.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in the same class as you, but my sport is airhead stuff.
That doesn't even make
Y'all
sense.
don't even
I don't
play
even.
sports.
Yeah, I'm like that. Truly doesn't
That's
make
why I said
sense
you gotta
to
leave
me.
people where they're at. It's like, oh, okay.
Especially,
Sure.
look,
You want me to stop playing my sport?
all the things that go into one cheerleader. We both were cheerleaders growing up. Trust me, it's not airhead stuff. But I feel like when you try hard to change people's opinion of you, sometimes it just doesn't work. It might even make it worse, to be honest, because you're trying so hard. And I feel like that's what happened a lot with Raven. Like, she would see these visions and try so hard to change things that she ended up just making the vision come true. If she would have just kept it cool, I feel like a lot of the things might not have played out the way they did.
Yeah. That's a good point of like when you try and overly manipulate something,
Yeah.
it just works out in the wrong way. I feel like we saw that a lot this year with like Love Island voting. People would try and get online. People would try and get online and concoct a plan of how we're going to do this and how we're going to do that. And then when it would all come out, it'd be like, oh, well, that vote kind of backfired because the person that people were voting for to offset was good. So
Right.
it's like, that's to me is a perfect example of like, if you're trying to manipulate the system, you know what I've also come to? I recently read a Bible verse, Psalms 4:8, that really changed my perspective on this kind of stuff. Because I was like, I mean, of course, I'm like, God has my plan and God is guiding me in all these things. But sometimes, you know, when you're like, if I just work really hard at this thing, or if I just do this in the right way or whatever, that's going to propel it.
Right.
And I feel like Psalms 4:8 really shows you like, no matter what the situation looks like, if you feel like you're not qualified enough, if you feel like you're overqualified, no matter what the situation looks like, it can't happen unless God makes it happen. So you are driving yourself absolutely crazy, trying to change something, not sleeping well at night, when that is not even gonna change anything. So I feel like that Bible verse really helped me. It's, in peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. And the context was David had all this danger around him. People were trying to kill him and all this stuff and everything. And he was like, I can sleep in peace.
Right.
Because I know the Lord is my safety. That's it.
Yep.
So whatever the Lord has, that's what's going to happen. Me staying up like, oh, who's that? That's not going to help me at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you can see that's literally like the show. She worried so much. And at the end of the day, the visions would happen anyway. So,
and I also think about how her visions would sometimes happen and she would think it was a good thing and she would overdo it to like get to this vision.
Yeah.
And then she realized it didn't happen the way she thought it was going to. Like, I remember one episode where she got a vision that everyone in her class was like, yeah, we love the way that you stood up to the teacher. I think it was the pilot episode. We love the way that you stood up to the teacher. You did that, Raven, this, that, and the third. So she was like, she stands up to the teacher, goes off on him, was like, and the whole class agrees with me. They all back away. They move their desk away from hers. The teacher was like, okay, see me after school with your parents. Yeah. Then they get out of the classroom and then they're like, yeah, Ray, you stood up to the teacher. You did that. And it's like, thanks for having my back in there.
The one I think of is when she told Chelsea, girl, like, you need to walk down this hallway with the guys. Like, it's about to be, you know, like bad. Like, they're about to all like you and be looking at you, da da da. And when Chelsea walked down the hallway, she had like toilet paper or something on the back of her pants. So all the guys, they were looking at her, but not for a good reason. Yeah. Like, it was like, ooh. So I just, that's.
I think that the thing that we can take from this is, especially in our 20s, right? Wanting control.
Yeah.
I hear so many people say, oh my gosh, their 20s, they wouldn't pay to go back to their 20s, right? And I'm in my 20s and I'm like, oh, oh, dang, like, what's so bad? You know what I'm saying? But when I do hear their explanation for it, I'm like, that makes sense. And there's the no control, basically. It's like a lot of your big life decisions are being made
Right
here. So it's like, okay, I feel like once you're in your 30s, yes, you're still doing this stuff, but stuff that you set up in your 20s also is reflected in your 30s. So yes, you might be still going through things, and you're going to be still going through things, still building this, that, and the third. You have all the things that you did in your 20s are gonna be reflected in your way of life.
I feel like instead of focusing on what you can't control, just focus on what you can control.
Yes.
That's how I am trying to be now. I can't control everything, but what I can control is how I show up, my effort, how I react. So for me, I'm like, I just need to focus on that now. I can't sit up and wait and think about the things that I just can't control. It's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
It literally is going to drive me crazy. Yeah, it's like, been there, done that. I can't do that anymore. And I'm like,
there, done that.
I'm tired of that, actually.
Listen, you're going to do what you're going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And
so, and I just, you know what I'm trying to focus on? Just, I am like, show up with a pure heart, doing the best that I can. Then I don't have anything to think about or be sad about. If I know I showed up in a way, whatever you do, I can look at myself in the mirror.
right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, you got to be okay with what
Right.
you're, like,
I
you.
don't have to look at myself in the mirror and be like, dang, I did all this.
Yeah.
That wasn't even what I was supposed to be doing. I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, you did your best. Whether it's, I don't know, trying to get a position or a disagreement with your friend, like anything. I just try and show up.
And I feel like when you try and control things, sometimes it will create a problem that wasn't there. Because a lot of the times you don't know the full story. You don't know everything that's going on. You know, you have your perspective. And I feel like a lot of times, if I'm overthinking things and I don't know the full story, but I'm thinking I do, I'll create a whole problem that wasn't there. And now it's bigger.
Yeah. And it kind of like, that teeters into manipulation, right? Because you can understand, like, I can understand how you are and tiptoe, like, maybe not tiptoe, but like approach a situation. Like, I know how she is and I know how I am, and I can approach a situation in that way. Yeah. But to try and move things around, and that gets to manipulation to me.
And I don't like that.
I don't like the games.
When people are like, yeah, I can manipulate any situation. I don't know. Like, I guess that's a good trait. I don't know. But it's like, why do you want to just manipulate things and be a manipulator and you want to hold the chess pieces so bad, and you want to, like, all right.
And you thought you were good at manipulating, but you're not. You think you are. You read 2 chapters of how to win friends and manipulate people and War and Peace.
I was about to say War and Peace. Yep.
And thought, I'm on to you.
Yeah, it's just weird.
You don't even know what you're doing in the situation. And sometimes when you're trying to manipulate a situation, it's like super obvious.
Yeah, you start looking stupid. In my opinion, the
People
person start
can
looking
tell.
stupid. Like, I'm just like, okay,
People
like,
can tell
I definitely can.
that
I'm like,
you're not being truthful.
yeah.
You know when you see somebody and they're putting on a front,
Right.
and they think they're killing it, but everyone's like, this does not feel authentic to you. That's what it gives. And I do believe in just try and have that confidence, but not in a sense that you're trying to be somebody who you're not.
You're not bigger than the program.
Nobody is.
No one's bigger than the program. So it's like, I think you just gotta touch grass. I feel like that is the phrase, saying, whatever you want to call it, of the summer, especially after Love Island, like you said. Everyone, I feel like we just need to go outside and don't even wear shoes. Touch the grass with your feet. You need to be grounded. Because this is crazy.
When I'm at my house
Mm-hmm.
in the country, I don't wear shoes in the
I
backyard.
don't either. I feel like that's the most country thing I do. I don't care. But it's like, I could walk out barefoot.
Yeah, at my house.
Yeah, my house, not
out in the street.
No, not in the street, but like
Yeah.
on my land.
On my grass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's my grass.
my grass. My porch.
Yeah.
My driveway.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it, actually.
I feel like, to your point there with Love Island, it's just such a social experiment, not just for the people in the villa, but outside of the villa. And we've seen a lot of people trying to control a situation that they have no control over. Mm-hmm. Online, crashing out about a situation that they have no control over.
And people they don't know. I just want to add
So
that
it's
in.
like, just control. That is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You are trying to control. You are not a contestant. You are not a producer. You are just a viewer, right?
Right.
So all you can do is put in your vote and go about your day. To try and control a show that you have no part of, and then crash out and be upset and harass people online because you couldn't.
Yeah.
When what logic made you think that you could?
I feel like whenever people try and do that and that's with any show, not even Love Island, when we are able to vote or whatever, whenever you try to do those manipulation games, it never works. I'm like, just vote how you want to vote.
Right.
You don't have to sit there and think about this game plan and start sharing your game plan online for everyone to do.
I think it's
Like,
just fun to vote.
I think it's just
right?
fun to
you
vote.
Put in your vote, and if it works, you're like, hey.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, you're like, ah.
Right. Like, literally.
And then you like go on about your day.
I feel like, again, touch grass. It's just a show.
Yeah.
If someone I voted for doesn't make it to the next round, it's like, oh, dang. But like, what? I'm going to be like going crazy over it and crash out online? Like, I'm not about to crash out. Especially not over Love Island. At the end of the day, everyone's good. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's good.
Just move. Like, watch the show. You got to learn how to watch the show and then go about your day.
Yeah.
The sitting there harping on it, doing all that is like dead, right? Watch the show, go about your day. The show's over, you're done. No harassing unless you're spreading love. This is my theory. I feel like people don't watch Bambi enough, and that's the problem with society today. You know why I say this?
Okay.
You know why I say this?
Why?
In Bambi, they say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Okay.
That is a plain, simple message.
Yeah.
That one of the animals says in Bambi. Y'all forgot. It's been too many years
So
since y'all
rewatch
watched
it.
Bambi. So let's rewatch and get that message. What's that movie when something happens? Be like, message. The
What movie is
weigh-ins.
that? Oh,
Be like,
okay.
message.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Yeah.
We not watching Bambi enough. You only come online to say your opinions if they're mean. What?
And I think, honestly, I feel like as a society, we've gotten too comfortable with saying these mean things online. Because you're not going to say it to someone's face. Yeah, you can hide. You're not going to say it to someone's face. You're never going to say it to someone's face.
Do you notice that when people say something rude or mean to someone who is online and the person responds and then they switch immediately? Like, oh my gosh, thank you for your response. Oh my gosh, I love you. Didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
Immediately, it's a switch. Girl,
It's just
get
people
up
are
off
getting,
that phone.
they're getting so bold.
Get up off that phone and go find you some business. Go find you something to be passionate about.
No, it's really bad. I just saw a video. This girl, you know, the trend that's going around, the Netflix documentary, and they're sitting down.
Yes.
So these two, I think they're sisters actually, they sat down and did it, but one of them was like, you know, heavier. They're like, this is the wrong show you need to be on. You need to be talking to
Oh, I saw
like,
that.
what? You wouldn't say that to her face. And I know y'all wouldn't say that to her face. You know what I'm saying?
That.
It's like stuff like that. It's like, why y'all have gotten really bold and nasty. Like, it's really rude.
What makes you even say, like, I don't even.
I know, because we don't think
can't
like that.
even understand the thought process of being like, yuck.
Right.
And then they just do it. You can't pay these people any mind because they just do it for the attention.
Yeah.
Even one time somebody commented on like one of our YouTube shorts, like something nasty. But they were trying to say it as a fact. And I responded and said, which I usually don't. If you leave a nasty comment, it's just like block. But like, but like I usually don't respond. But I did respond to this one because it was just not true. And I was like, that was stupid. Like, what makes you think that? And I responded and with the truth. And they were like, oh, well, doubt it.
Okay.
And I was like, you're not smart, are you? And they were like, oh.
No, there was one where on our videos, people were commenting, but it didn't make sense. Like, their comments didn't make sense because they were agreeing with us, but they thought they were coming at us. And I'm like, do you not comprehend what was said? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. Like, I was
the literacy rates. People don't even understand what they're talking about anymore. They don't. Because they don't even try to, right? Mm-hmm. And people don't read.
Yeah.
Reading is fundamental. People don't read the captions. People don't read what you're saying. People don't watch the full video. They see a little bit and then they just start typing. And they didn't even watch the whole thing. You remember those tests when you were in elementary school where you had to read and then tell back what you just read?
Right, yeah.
I would like to see a video. You know them on the street videos?
Yes.
Where they do the flashcards?
Yes.
With the people. I would like to see them do that.
I've been seeing the on the street videos where they have a flashcard and they write out a sentence and they just tell people to read it. And these people can't.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, when you have to take things with a grain of salt, because it's like, y'all are not serious.
Y'all are not serious. I just laugh at it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If you coming at me, I'm going to just laugh.
And
please.
Call me Jackie Ina with the block.
Right. Truly.
Because that's something I respect. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm not dealing with that. If it's not love, goodbye.
Because I don't need to go back and forth with you. I'm not about to waste my time.
She is established in her career. She's confident in what she does. She is happy. She's family. She's content.
Yeah.
Whatever you say is not going to affect her at all. Yeah. And that goes back to what you were saying with you don't stop the program. I feel like people think that if they like try, they can stop people's program. You can't stop what somebody has destined. You know what I'm saying? For their lives. You can't stop God's plan for somebody. If God has somebody, nothing on this earth, on this planet ever can stop them. Especially not your negative comment. All that's going to do is reflect on you.
And that's just going to keep propelling me up. Posting negative comments, you still making me go viral. You still make, you know what I mean? People are getting money off these things. You know what I mean? You're not, you're adding to my success, actually. Thanks.
So it's just, yeah. One thing about Raven that I want to, make sure we touch on. I feel like she needed to just trust herself and what's gonna happen and her plan. I feel like the visions obviously were a burden, right? If we had visions of what was gonna happen, you would be like, going crazy.
You would go insane.
That's why
you would go insane.
That's why, God don't show us this is gonna be you in a year, because you would be going, if it was good, first of all, you would slack off and maybe not get there because you'd be like, oh, I know what's coming, I'm good. Or you would be, you just wouldn't be right?
Yeah.
Because, or you would overdo it. Mm-hmm. You get too, yeah, I'm about to do this and I'm about to do that, just like Raven did in that one episode.
Right.
Or if it was bad, you would crumble right here.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, girl, we don't have it. But I feel like Raven would have the visions and be like, I have to manipulate myself into this or control the situation so that this happens or this doesn't happen. But you can't change what's going to happen. You can only change how you show up, how you react. Mm-hmm. And that's it. I think that if you work hard and you do what you're supposed to do and you show kindness and you show love, then that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can feel confident in that and you can keep going in that. And, faith without works is dead. So, your hard work, yes, it will pay off in ways. Mm-hmm. And maybe in ways you think it will, maybe in ways you won't think it will. But that's all you can do. Show up and not have that thing in the back of your mind like, I didn't go hard enough. I didn't do this. I didn't do that.
And I feel like not everything needs intervention. Like some, like you said, things are going to happen the way it's going to happen, God's plan. But also sometimes you're supposed to learn a lesson. I know we talked about that before on this show. Like sometimes you're supposed to go through things and learn from it. And, that's just the way it's supposed to be. So not, even if you're like, okay, this isn't going to be the outcome that I want it to be, think about what you're supposed to be learning in this and just the lesson. And maybe that's what you were supposed to get out of it, right? Instead of trying to intervene and change things. And now you've learned absolutely nothing and you're in an even deeper rut.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe she could have thought, okay, if this does happen, can I handle this?
That's good.
Do I trust myself in this? Can I do this? How am I going to react to this? I don't know. So I think that, I'm so excited for this series with Raven.
Yeah.
I think that she was and is the it girl.
I was about to say, she's that girl.
The it girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm excited to just take a look back at her now in our 20s of all the things that she showed us that we now have experienced a little, because it was fun and like fab to watch back in the day, the hair, the outfits, the funniness, the all that. But when we look back at it now with a lens of everything, it's like, they was eating.
No, yeah, it was real. It was, and I love that they touched on so many real topics. So like, I can't wait to get into it. That just her character as a whole was so real. Like I feel like growing up I just related to it so much, and even when I was younger I just looked up to her so much. So
especially as like young Black girls, it was like everything.
It was everything.
We liked all the girls, but it was nice to see someone that looked like us. That was, and like Raven, she had the style, she had everything, and she was confident in herself. And that was huge because it made all of us be like, we strutting in our outfits too.
It sure was.
Too.
Yes.
So I wrote down a closing thought.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the lesson wasn't that Raven could see the future. Maybe it was that no matter how many visions she had, life was still unpredictable. And instead of trying to control every outcome, the real growth is learning to trust yourself enough to handle whatever comes.
That's so nice. It's the truth, though.
Trust yourself enough.
Trust.
Listen, and pray.
For sure, pray.
Trust in God that everything, it works out for the good for those who love the Lord.
I agree.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It really helps us. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if that's where you're listening. Hey guys, we see y'all. Y'all been turning up lately. Thank you. And comment down below, first of all, if you're excited for this Raven series. And second of all, what do you think about controlling outcomes and not controlling outcomes and trusting yourself? We want to know. We want to continue the conversation down there. Don't forget to follow us on socials, and we will see you next time for another episode of Between Sisters Podcast. Bye.